Hey, I'm here to talk about self-awareness. If you've been following through my blog, or if you know me personally, or just like to tap in here and there, you may see that I talk a lot about self-awareness. It's a it's a road that we all must travel because I truly, truly believe, which is probably the biggest foundation or one of the strongest foundations of this blog, is that the only person you can really change is yourself. And now everything comes back from within. So the reason why I go back into yourself and understanding who you are truly as a spirit, as a being, is because that is what you truly and only have control over. See? The quicker we understand this and erase and unlearn all the learned behaviors that society has taught us, the faster you will see changes in your life. Removing old thought patterns and replacing them with new ones are not easy. Learning to understand what a spirit is, who a spirit is that even real? Is it true? That's not what I learned in church. What exactly is it saying in my faith, my belief? Is this going against grains? That's all something that you have to do within you. Okay? The power and control of your life is within you. Whatever you may pray to, whatever you may meditate for, at the end of the day, the decisions and the choices in your life depend on the ones that you create for yourself. So if you believe that you can't do something, then you're absolutely right. You can't do it. And everything in your life will represent that one belief of I can't do, I can't fly, I can't walk, I can't lose 10 pounds, I can't start my own business. If you start out your mentality with I and the word can't afterwards, then you are now sabotaging yourself and getting in your own way of moving forward through life. Okay? If you believe you can do something, say, oh, I know I can eat another 5 cakes. Oh, I know I can leave early from work. Oh, I know I don't put up with certain things. Then you're right. On a simple level of those examples, you will exactly achieve everything that you said on I can. So let's finish off the sentences a little bit better. I can get out of debt. I can get healthier. I can lose 2 pounds. I can try to change the way that I'm eating. I can go back to school. I can be a better parent. I can try to open up my own business and actually be successful. I can grow spiritually and try to understand things at a different level. Understanding people and understanding the differences comes from within. If you start to pay attention a little bit more to what's going on inside you, you'll start to see how much what goes on inside you reflects and manifests outside of you. You feel me? Think of life or think of things as a human body. Okay? Think of your vision as the human body. So for example, you may say, okay, I want to make a human and I need it to have 2 eyes, some ears, these things called fingers, so that way they could pick up things, and it needs to have toes and a stomach, so it can actually, when just something to hold up the body together. Okay, now you have a body. You have this figure of a human, right? So now you need the components of the inside to work. This is your thoughts. This is your manifestations. This is your actual vision. So if your vision is you want to build a business, you're building a business is like the human body. And I think about business as an analogy a lot because I am an entrepreneur. Before I started my blog, I do photography still and graphic design. And I've worked with a lot of startups and a lot of small businesses. And I've seen quite a bit fail, and I've seen quite a bit succeed. And before that, I've also did a lot of work with businesses, working with MVPs, CEOs, and all of that wonderful stuff. That sounds really great, right? But let me tell you, if you start looking at life as a conceptual learner versus, okay, I'm a cook, so this is all I do is cook. If you start dissecting your body, dissecting the jobs as a conceptual thing, you can take some of the applications you use as a cook to do something different, like writing. All right, you might take out all the different ingredients and say, well, these are all the things I need to do, so I'm going to shop and buy these items, and then I'm going to put these things together to create this meal, and then I'm going to bake it, and then when I'm done, I'm going to eat it. So, all right, so now I want to write a book. Okay, well, I'm going to write out all the categories that I want to talk about, then I'm going to actually start writing it, and then after writing it, I'm going to type it up, and then see about contacting an author to produce it. So the concept of organizing and putting things together over here to get the ingredients for the meal are the same ingredients and components on this side to create a book. Now where I'm going with this is back to the body. You have a human body. That's your vision. That's your goal. The book, the dinner meal. Feel me? So here we go. Now you need a good body on the inside working. So those eyes that you asked for, they need to have nerves that connect to something so that they actually open up and function and see. You see what I'm saying? If the fingers and the mobility, they need to connect with these things called bones inside of you. That way you're not like flip-flopping like a jelly bean. Feel me? So what we're saying here is when you're having your goals and you're having your visions, those thought patterns on the inside of you are just like the body parts inside your body. So if your thoughts are all raggedy and crazy and never in the right direction, so if you're always thinking, oh my God, I'm depressed, I have terrible friends, nobody loves me, or I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, or I'll never get ahead because doors don't open for me the way they open for her, I'll never look like that, then you're feeding your body into this slump. It's like you're like this jellyfish that's just not functioning. And trust me, I've been there, you know. The mind can really work you if you don't get in tune with yourself. Part of me growing was going through certain things where I can identify with what you're feeling. So I'm here to tell you, you know what? It's not, just shut that part of that down. When you feel something that doesn't feel right, that makes you feel sad, that makes you feel like, you know what, I'm down and out, I'm never going to get back up. Knock that shit out. Just get rid of it. You know, go take a walk, go watch a movie, start reading, start writing, do something active to get yourself out of that. You feel? Move forward in positive directions. That's how you know you're on the right track. When you start to feel good and you start feeling better about yourself and you're loving what you're doing and you feel warm, you feel at peace, that's where you want to be. Okay? That's how you know you're in the right direction and you are in line with your inner being, your inner spirit, and you're moving forward. That's your actual mark. So you know what to do and where you want to be, like a baseline. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm getting a little distracted by this little mutt right here. His name is Louie. Very lovable, my little crazy puppy that can probably drive me crazy sometimes, but he's also very protective, all right? But what I want to say to you is while you're staying targeted and looking for something better in your life, the answers are within yourself. It's not because Joe Blow or Susie Q may have done something to you. Yes, they could do that, but you can't control their actions to how and why if they're going to do it again. You can't control how or why if you're going to meet Mr. Mikey Wikey and he's going to tell you the same thing that Joe Blow did. Because if there's lessons that you need to learn in life, they're going to come at you at all angles, through different people, through different situations, through different ideas. The key is learning how you can control your own emotional triggers to that situation. So start meditating, start looking within yourself, start taking time alone, be comfortable with being you. If you don't like being alone, then I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings, but I've also been in that point where I didn't like being alone. But if you don't like to be alone, a lot of times there's something within yourself you don't like. You don't like being your own company. So you don't like being yourself. You don't even want to be with you. So if you don't want to be with you, who else is going to want to be with you? Seriously. So learn to get rid of those things inside you that makes you not want to be with you. And watch how you start to attract things different in your life. Watch how things move differently. So now you're inside of the body, that beautiful vision that you've created, right? That human body with the eyes, the fingers, the waist that's going to hold everything together so you're not dropping like a jelly bean. That thing, it will stand tall, it will stand straight, it will be beautiful from the inside out because you are now in control of your destiny, your thought patterns, and this beautiful body that you wanted to create. All right? Have a wonderful day, and I hope this message receives you well. Bye-bye.